What's up guys, David here, and I have week 2 of the EGL against Vince and the Carolina Charizards. Looking at our team, we have Quick Attack Megalop, Psychic Surf Latios, HP Ground Superior, Life Orb Nidoqueen, Bulky Rotom, and Defensive Gyarados. Looking at his team, I'm expecting the Fortress to be Rocks, Scolipede to be SD, a Air Balloon Heatran does very well against my team, so I'm expecting that. Defensive Rotom. Considering I have a Doublade, I'm expecting it to be a Special Altaria with Fire Blast, because that would do a lot better considering I have a lot of answers to Physical Altaria, not as many to Special Altaria. And also, Special Altaria acts as a check to Doublade, which would help his Cresselia sweep, which I'm assuming is Calm Mind. I forget how right I am, but let's just say this game doesn't go too great. So, we start out, I lead Lopunny, because, I don't know, it seemed really obvious to lead Lopunny, and I figured it was so obvious that he wouldn't expect me to do it. And from there, I just kind of lose all momentum. I misplay here. I go into Nidoqueen to take any hit, and I misplay by going for Rocks. I should have just attacked, or doubled out into Latios. He gets a free Wisp, and now here I am with the Latios. I click Psychic to see how much damage I can deal, and what's his switch in? Pop his Balloon. It turns out it's a Max Spadef Assault Vest Heatran, which I cannot 2-hit KO with Surf at this range, and he could just easily 2-hit KO me with a Dragon Pulse. And so it comes down to me sort of looking around, trying to make a misplay. And so I managed to bring in Gyarados here. I get to Toxic the Rotom, which is the obvious switch in. Either that or the Cresselia. So that's good for me. I end up switching to Superior, expecting either the Will-O-Wisp or a Volt Switch. Or a Hydro, I believe. Oh no! I go to Latios to take the Hydro. I go to Serp later. But yeah, I'm in with Latios, and I Roost here. As he Volt Switches, he goes back into his Heatran, and I know he has Dragon Pulse. I know Dragon Pulse kills. So I have to hope that he predicts a switch. I'm going to keep clicking Roost, hoping that he predicts a switch. He ends up predicting a switch, but I'm still in Dragon Pulse range from here. I need him to mess up again. Unfortunately, I believe he does not, and I end up losing my Latios pretty much for nothing. Now, I make a lot of questionable plays in this game. And it's mostly due to the fact that this Heatran kind of messed me up. I wasn't expecting Max Spadef Assault Vest. I expected some sort of I expected a defensive set, just something a bit more aggressive. Something without 4 attacks. I end up going to Lop and just clicking HJK. I make a really obvious switch to Rotom. I Volt Switch. He surprisingly takes that really well, and and I expect him to be Custap, considering he had no item. So I kind of expected Boom, which is why I went to Nidoqueen. So he sets up. Now I go Rotom. I figure I want to burn something. He ends up making the smart move, going to Wash. I see that I'm faster because I get my leftovers first, and so I get a nice Volt Switch. Predicting a Hydro Pump, I go into Superior. He ends up making a good play. He's double status, and he goes for T-Wave. So my Superior now cannot sweep, which it couldn't anyway, so Serp being paralyzed didn't bother me. Serp getting parried here when it went for Leaf Storm and then could have went for HP Ground was kind of unfortunate. End up going to Nidoqueen, and I could have made a play, but I couldn't touch the Heatran. Earth Power was the only move I had to hurt Heatran. I knew Cress was coming in, but I had to bank on him being over aggressive. I had to make some sort of, I had to hope he would make an aggressive play, so then I would made an aggressive play. It was very strange. I just played really poorly this game. A lot of stuff happening IRL right before this game, like a lot. Like I had to take care of a lot of really random errands that just came up out of nowhere. Oh, I missed a will-o-wisp here, so that sealed the deal. Like he could have went to any mon. He could go to any mon at this point and he just wins. So I know I live one. I fake out to scout for protect. I believe I just return here. Yeah, I click frustration. It does 56. Now that ends. I end up switching because I don't think I could take a hit, which I end up being pretty right. I go back into lop. I go for fake out. He doesn't protect for whatever reason, so I get a free kill with lop. And here it's definitely over, because the only way I don't lose right here is if he doesn't have earthquake. So there goes that. But yeah, I made a lot of misplays that I probably shouldn't have, and it ended up costing me the game. I play him again later in the season, but the Brooklyn Bonnets are at a 1-1, a very depressing loss. I'm not super proud of this game. I'm not proud of how I played. I'm not proud of the team I brought. I had a bad matchup, and I got nervous, and I built poorly around my matchup, and I just refused to disappoint again. I'll play a lot better. And next week we have the Philadelphia Embors, coached by Rise, and he has a very scary team. Free agency just went up right after this game, so he changed up his team. We'll probably talk about it in the post week whenever that goes up, and I'm hoping that this is my only loss this season. Anything less would be an even worse disappointment, guys. Not to sound cocky, but I don't want to lose. Losing isn't fun, especially after losing so many times last season. Anyway, I've been rambling a bit too long. I will see you guys next week with my battle versus the Embors, and later, guys.